Namaste. I am JVN Dr. Gaurav Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Medicine at Toxicology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, JVWU. Our today's topic is agricultural poisons. So, agricultural poisons are chemicals basically which are used to manufacture pesticides, and pesticides are preparation which are used to control the livestock which harms crops. It includes herbicides, insecticides, fungicides. So, agricultural poisons are classified as insecticides of vegetable origin, for example, nicotine, rotenone, insecticides of chemical origin, which are inorganic, phosphorus, and compounds of antimony, arsenic, mercury, and last one is synthetic organic chemical insecticides, which are phosphate esters, carbamates, etc. So, first topic, organophosphorus poisons. So these are esters of phosphoric acid. They are used to form following type of compounds, which are alkyl phosphates and aryl phosphates. So if we talk about the active ingredients, so basically active ingredients is that organophosphorus compounds are esters of phosphates, and its absorption is possible through inhalation, through skin, mucous membrane, and the GIT tract. Its action includes inhibition of acetylcholinesterase. They are powerful inhibitors of acetylcholinesterase. So the signs and symptoms that are produced by organophosphorus compounds are that it depends on the route through which they have affected the victim. So symptoms appear very quickly on inhalation and very least rapidly when absorbed through the skin. So the first voluntary muscles and secretory glands, then voluntary muscles, and finally brain centers are affected. Respiratory systems produces symptoms which resembles to asthma. So symptom may appear within 5 minutes to until 2 to 8 hours of period, and symptoms develop when the cholinesterase level drops to 30% of its normal level. Basically, it produces three type of manifestations, out of which first one is muscarine manifestation, which can be learned through acronym SLUDGE, where S stands for salivation, L for lacrimation, U for urination, D for defecation, G for GIT distress, and E for emesis. Other symptoms that are related to this type of infection, this type of poisoning are these group of symptoms are bronchial tree related symptoms. These are bronchoconstriction, increased bronchial secretion, dyspnea, cyanosis, pulmonary edema. The symptoms that are related to GIT are anorexia, salivation, nausea, vomiting, cramps, diarrhea, increased perspiration is there. So the symptoms related to CVS are bradycardia or tachycardia, arrhythmias, hypotension. In eyes, meiosis can develop, and urinary incontinence can be there. The second group of manifestation is nicotinic manifestation, where striated muscles are affected. Initially, there is contraction, which is followed by paralysis due to persistent depolarization. This accumulation of acetylcholine in the muscles causes muscle weakness, which results in muscular fasciculation, cramps, and weakness. It also affects sympathetic ganglia, which produces hypertension, tachycardia, pallor, mydriasis. It also produces CNS manifestations, the last one, which includes restlessness, mood swing, headache, tremors, anxiety, drowsiness, confusion, slurred speech, ataxia, generalized weakness, coma, convulsions, depression of respiratory and cardiovascular centers. Usually all three combinations, that is muscarine, nicotinic and CNS, all three manifestations appear simultaneously. So there can be mild poisoning where signs and symptoms are nausea, malaise, fatigue, minimal muscle weakness, cramping without diarrhea, or moderate poisoning where symptoms are sludge along with tremors, weakness, fasciculations, confusion, lethargy, anxiety. And in case of severe poisoning, the symptomatology is sludge, respiratory insufficiency, weakness, fasciculations, coma, paralysis, seizures, autonomic dysfunction. So death may result from respiratory arrest due to the failure of respiratory centers or failure of respiratory muscles or intense bronchoconstriction. So the chronic poisoning can also be present. Usually this type of poisoning is present in the workers which are related to its use or its production, farmers, producers. So it is seen in persons engaged in pesticide spraying of crops. Symptoms include weakness, anxiety, gait disorders, muscle cramps, paresthesia, drowsiness, confusion, irritability, and psychiatric manifestations. So the fatal dose depends on the type of organophosphate. So in case of TEPP, it is 50 mg IM or 100 mg orally. In case of OMPA, it is 80 mg IM or 175 mg orally. Parathion, 80 mg IM or 175 mg orally. HETP, 60 mg IM and or 350 mg orally. And malathion and diazinon, it is 1 gram orally. So the fatal period, in untreated cases, the death can occur within 24 hours and within 10 days if the treatment is unsuccessful. In non-fatal cases, effects last for 6 to 30 hours, which disappears in 2 to 3 days but may persist for 2 weeks. So what is the treatment? First treatment is to remove the patient from the source of exposure. Especially in chronic cases, the patient or the victim should be removed from the source. His contaminated clothes should be removed and exposed area should be washed with soap and water, followed by ethanol and water. If eye is affected, it must be washed. The airway is to be protected and if needed, tracheostomy may be performed. In case of ingestion, gastric lavage should be done with potassium permanganate solution and activated charcoal can be left in stomach. Cathartic can be used. Physostigmina should be avoided. Atropine can be used to treat muscarine effect. Specific cholinesterase reactivators like DAM, P2S can be used. HI6 and S107. These are have specific action against these organophosphates. Diazepam to control conversions. Oxygen should be given, airway should be maintained, and if needed, intubation can be done with positive pressure ventilation to treat pulmonary edema and bronchospasm. Antibiotics to prevent pulmonary infection and symptomatic treatment. Postmortem appearance. So there is no specific finding, but the signs are related to asphyxia. The face is congested with cyanosis of the lips, finger and nose. Blood stain, forth around the mouth and nose can be found. Stomach content may smell like kerosene. And the mucosa of the stomach is congested with submucous facial hemorrhage. Respiratory passages are congested and contain frothy hemorrhagic exudate. The lung shows congestion, gross congestion, excessive edema, and subpleural pathology. Heart is sometimes soft and flabby. The internal organs are congested. The brain is also congested with edema. Meninges are also congested. Facial hemorrhage can be present. The cholinesterase in erythrocyte and at myoneural junctions is below normal limit. And organophosphates can be detected in putrefied bodies. So it disintegrates very slowly, so can be found in putrefied bodies. Now its medical legal importance or circumstances of poisoning. Basically, it is a common source of occupational poisoning. So person engaged in the manufacturing and packaging, users of these compounds who sprays, children of users, research workers. Suicide is very common and homicide is rare. Thank you.